What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Before we get started with this video, click the subscribe button, be a part of what's going on with the Sooner Surge. Also, check out the FanStop. Check this shirt out right here, fanstop.com. Go to that site, use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months. Also, check out all the other gear they got. Officially licensed. They got polos. They got pullovers. Basically anything you want. Go check it out, fanstop.com. Hunter, little softball video here as the Sooners go on the road for their last road series of the regular season and facing UCF. And game one preview here, Hunter, and just give us a little bit about UCF.
Well, I mean, it's crazy to say last road trip of the season going to a new opponent. Maybe they go to Disney World. I don't know. But down in Orlando, UCF, middle of the pack, Big 12, which, I mean, the Big 12 this year, you look at the top five right now, according to ESPN, there's 3 Big 12 teams in that top 4. Texas, number 1, Oklahoma, number 2, Oklahoma State's number 4. So they're middle of the Big 12 conference standings. They're 10 and 11. So, I mean, they're a solid team, and they hit the ball well, really well. Team batting average of 309. They get on base at a 371 percentage. Very, very good. And they also steal a lot of bases, 68 stolen bases right now, and they're accurate at it. I think it's like the percentage is in the upper 80s for them, 88.3% effective rate. So that's going to be something to watch out for.
Yeah, and you look at Oklahoma, this is, I mean, it's a big series because it's so close to the end of the season. I think you need everything starting to click on all cylinders as you head into the postseason. And looking at it, I think obviously Maxwell's going to get the start in game one. She's been pitching really good. That's good. And then you look at the bats. I mean, it's crazy to say this, but Hunter, we were talking about this before the video. Alyssa Brito is now the leader for Oklahoma in batting average at 425. And then you got Tiare Jennings going for some records for her, Hunter, for this going this weekend. We'll see if she can catch any of those.
Yeah, this weekend she is 2 RBIs away from putting her at 300, also moving her up to passing person right above her, Stacey Newman, for 6th on the all-time NCAA list. And she would also she's 1 home run away from 90th, another milestone there, 6 hits away from 300 as well. So, yeah, Tiare Jennings feel like it's going to be the must-watch Sooner for this weekend because, I mean, was that close to those, big-time accomplishments in her career. This weekend could be the weekend to get it done. And if she doesn't, just gets close to it, I mean, it's setting up for even a Loves Field bedlam on national television chance for Tiare Jennings to eclipse some of those milestones. So it's really cool to see. And you mentioned the Sooner bats. They haven't been to where a lot of people thought they've been. They've been slumping a little bit. Jennings not so much. Brito's been really picked up the offense, in my opinion. Now 425 batting average, 15 home runs. But you look at this UCF pitching staff, they're good. I mean, team ERA of 2.81. That's very impressive. Sarah Willis is their best among qualifying pitchers with a 2.48 ERA. And they also have Caitlin Felton at 2.55, Grace Jewell at 3.10. But the arm that's most interesting to me is Caitlin Cochran. She only has 9 appearances on the year, 23.2 innings. She's only allowed 2 runs in those outings with 17 strikeouts, 0.59 ERA. She made an appearance last weekend in their series, so maybe watch for her out of the pen for the Golden Knights and see how that matchup goes for the Sooners.
Yeah, and you mentioned the bats for Oklahoma. It's just, I mean, we were kind of crunching some numbers with it earlier, Hunter, with home runs and everything, and it seems like early on they were just, I mean, not even early on, but like mid-season they were just getting a lot of home runs. I mean, you were going games 3 or 4 home runs. It seems to have slowed down a little bit in the power department for Oklahoma, I think. But and in the average part. I think that's something this weekend you got to kind of, okay, you're heading to postseason after 2 more series. Got to get back on all cylinders, swinging the bat, because I think the pitching's been really good for the most part. And you look at they got 3 losses on the year, 2 losses to Texas there. Both those were 2-1. So those were pretty good pitching outings, and they lost those games. So, and I think Dill's coming in her own. I mean, Dill's right now, in my opinion, second best pitcher right now for Oklahoma. I think she's willing and dealing, just like her name says.
Right now she's 4th nationally in ERA, so
yeah,
that's really, really good. She's back to qualifying for that statistic.
Yeah, so I think it's very important to get the bats rolling this weekend in this series and put a lot of runs on the board. And like you said, against a pretty good staff, I think it would really help confidence-wise and momentum-wise going into the OSU series. Because here's the thing. They lost 2 out of 3 to Texas. And other than Texas, I mean, if you wanted to play devil's advocate, look at OU. Who have they played in the Big 12 that's really like going to really challenge you? So then if you sweep UCF and you go into OSU and lose a game or 2 there, then you're kind of like, okay, something's not right going into the postseason. So I think it's very important to take care of business this weekend at UCF and then take care of business and get OSU against OSU and go into the postseason on the highest you can go.
Yeah, you're 100% right. One thing that they cannot do is overlook UCF because you have 3 nationally televised games. That's a big deal. And you can't overlook UCF because they are a good enough team to go in there. If they're at home, they can beat you. With the way Oklahoma has played as of late, again, back to that pitching staff they're facing at UCF. I think that's a really good challenge in the way that the schedule set up for them. Last road series of the season and going into the Bedlam series to get the best pitching they've faced since Texas. I mean, let's be honest, BYU and Houston were not good staffs. So to be able to get you're a 2.8 2.81 team ERA for the Golden Knights. That's a really good staff. So that's the other thing worth mentioning is Jada Coleman is on a 32-game on-base streak. I mentioned a slump, but she's still getting on base. It's insane, and nationally she's at I believe 4th in the country with a .556 on-base percentage. So again, standouts for this game 1, Jay.
I'm going to go game 1, Alina Torres. I kind of think Alina Torres is maybe getting back on track, and I think she'll have a big game 1 for the Sooners.
I'm going to go Tiare Jennings, getting career RBIs, number 300, 2-run bomb in game 1 against UCF.
Hey, and one other thing I'm going to say is I'm going to go with Kelly Maxwell throwing a no-no. You
game
look
1.
at her
Game 1. So,
yes.
Wow.
I'm going to go with her hitter.
All right.
Hey, she's been really good, and there's been games where she's in the 5th inning allowed 1 hit. So I just think she's been really good.
Her last few outings, it's been that way where she's went. Obviously, she had that second game against Texas to where that was kind of an outlier. But other than that, it seems like every time she's in the circle, there's a bunch of rounded numbers getting put up there, a bunch of zeros, and a whole lot of strikeouts for Kelly Maxwell.
Yeah, and so here's the thing too is I think the schedule you mentioned a little bit earlier, it sets up really good. Going on the road now, I think is great. Go on the road, come back home, finish off against Oklahoma State, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to go on the road, play UCF. Let's hope they have a good series, a good game 1 there in Central Florida. A lot better weather than it's going to be probably here in Oklahoma for this weekend, so it's probably a good thing they're on the road. But appreciate you guys watching this video. As always, like the video, comment who's your Sooner standout game 1 tomorrow night. Who's going to be the player of the game for Oklahoma? Appreciate it as always. Till next time, Boomer.